All right, let's talk about Marauder Fury. So Marauder Fury, before we even look at the tree, I just want to show you something. Toward the end game, you're going to want to think about all specs that you have available, your Watchman Annihilation, your Combat Carnage, and your Concentration Fury. You're going to want to think about it because there is a actual reason why most players are going to play Watchman Annihilation. And this class is fun though, so let's go with that. It's a very fun class to play. It feels powerful. Okay, so it does target swapping really nicely as well. So let's look at your tree. There's a couple things that I want to bring your attention to. Level 27, this is a great thing to have. Great. You can use a predation to move faster. That's a good thing. There are some reasons to build the others, but I'm not going to go over what they are. Obliterate builds additional 4 Fury. Keep that in the back of your mind. Right here. Cascading Domination. This is probably the most important thing to keep in the back of your mind. You don't need to really track it, but know that is there. Your focus bursts increases all damage dealt by 5% for 6 seconds after dealing damage. Your focus burst and your sweep. So you want to make sure that you spread those out so that you're not doing 2 focus bursts in a row for some reason. You want to spread those out. Also, your force charge and your obliterate trigger dominate, making your next smash or your focus burst instant or crit rather. So those are important. And then as your tree very top, there's a couple more things. So right here, if you really wanted to, you can have two. You want to close ranks sometimes. You just need to close ranks. And this will also proc Raging Burst. So if for some reason you had to navigate out of combat for some reason, and now you're back. You can close ranks. So that is a great thing to have. If not, if there's no reason, like there's not going to reason you're going to get knocked back or something like that, you can go ahead and get your damage reduction. But either one of these are great options. Also, if you change off of your interloper after you already have the charge, it will still give you the charge. So if you look on your tree, see I've got this one chosen, but I'm still getting my second charge. A little cheese there. Okay, so actually let me get my charge filled up. Why not? Okay, so then the final thing on your tree is a level 68, your Undying Rage, 99% damage reduction. That's amazing for 6 seconds, but it unfortunately has a 2-minute 30-second cooldown. So if you can time it properly, Mad Dash is going to be superior because it has that 35-second cooldown. You can use it a lot, use it often. But if you need to, take the Dying Rage. Just something to think about. So I'm going to switch this back over here, and you'll notice I have 2 charges. Haha. Okay, so this dummy is dumbed down already. A couple things we're going to need to look at for this class is actually first, let's look at the. So as usual, this class, just like all the others that are damaged, 110% actually, so you do not miss on world bosses, champion bosses, operation bosses, those platinum enemies you come up against. You don't want to miss. That's a good thing, not missing. So keep that in the back of your mind. You want that 110 accuracy. All right. Um, let's look at the gear here. So I do have the Fearless Victor and Berserker's Call and the Cauterized Coronary to make the Furious Strike bleed. However, those are not needed for this class to perform properly. It's not required to make this class do its thing. It will actually perform adequately, not superbly, but adequately without all of the implants and tacticals. Okay, so you're looking to build Rage and balance your Rage with Fury. So if you notice back on your tree here at level 39, we have activated obliterate, built an additional 4 fury. That is a good thing. Building a little bit extra. That's way you can balance more fury. So fury looks like this. So that's your rage. So use ability here. Boom, there is your Fury. So it's 8 Fury. So all of your abilities except Obliterate and Ravage build 4 Fury as long as they're spinning force. So let me get rid of that. So this ability does not generate any Fury, and neither does Battering Assault. Battering Assault builds 0 Fury. So and neither does Assault. You're not going to be using Assault very much, if not, probably not ever. So they will not build. However, all your other abilities will. And these two by themselves, Obliterate and Ravage, will build more. All right, so let's look at balancing them. So first thing we talked about was we need to split up your Ravage and your Obliterates. I'm sorry, your Raging Burst. You want to split those up. That way you can balance out the damage that's happening between your Raging Burst. Straight up damage increase for X amount of seconds. Okay, so let's look at the rotation in practice, how you can balance out your building rage and building your fury at the same time. So let's wait till this runs out, and I'm going to meditate. You can the the ways you can build your rage is you can use your channel hatred, you can pop a frenzy, which will automatically max out your stacks of berserk, or you can use a combination of the abilities in the right order to make sure that you don't run out of energy, and you still are able to max out that berserk. And if I did not mention it, this rotation will work at level 60. So if you're level 60, this will still work. This rotation still works at level 60. Your alacrity, I believe, can still be 0. I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure alacrity will still be at 0. As long as you have that accuracy at 110% accuracy, this rotation will work. Even if you have 0 crit and 0 alacrity, this rotation will still work. It's just making sure that you hit. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill this dummy here. And we'll just see how this thing performs. This just works in a straight line. Now we're boosting our damage. We're making the next one glow. And boosting damage again. And we start over. So this basic rotation is, you can do it forever, and it will. And what I like about this class is it feels powerful. It just feels like a lot of things are happening. Almost as if the screen is about to start shaking because of how much power is coming from this guy. Yeah, it does shake. And there is one variation to the rotation. This stays exactly the same static as it is. When you get low enough, when an enemy gets low enough health, you can trade out one vicious slash, either that one or the very next one in the rotation. So instead of this vicious slash, I'm gonna use this one, and then I'll go into battering assault. So I can skip that one and move on. It does not change the rotation any. So right there, that was 27k. That's good enough to do just about anything you need to do in the game. If you did not have gold dogs, this class still does quite a bit. So I happen to be wearing gold dogs, but I've tested it with purple logs, I've tested it with blue logs, and no logs. This class still does a respectable amount of damage and still an easy rotation to use. Very easy class, very fun to play, and you feel powerful. You feel like you're very, very powerful, and so that's fun. Also, just keep in mind, back in mind, when the raid lead calls out for, hey, we need a raid buff, you could save your raid buff and go, hey, we need a raid buff, boom, boom, raid buff. There's your raid buff. Everybody, it is really the best raid buff in the game. It does straight up damage increase and straight up healing increase. It's the best raid buff. The six um, classes of Sentinel and Marauder. So anyway, have fun out there swinging those sabers.